think I should explain why I up and left YouTube. Please excuse the mess. I have a lot of catching up to do, and it's really hard to do. I have so much to do, and there just isn't enough time in the day. There's only so many hours in the day. And I have a very difficult time trying to catch up with things. But first, I wanted to say that to all of those that remained my subscribers this whole time, I really want to thank you for sticking in there with me. I will be coming back. There will be new tutorials that I plan on adding. I had planned on doing that a long time ago, and I plan on doing things a little differently, and I plan on doing something, some new things as well. And you'll see what I mean when we get to that point. But again, I want to thank you, and I really do apologize that it's taking me this long to get back. Now, it's been, almost 2 years that I haven't made any videos, so I'm going to be a little rusty at it, and I'm sure this video is going to, really suck. But, please bear with me. I've got to learn to do things all over again, and I guess start from the bottom. But I've got a couple more new cameras now, so I've had time to play around with them, but editing I'm a little rusty at. So please bear with me, and I do apologize for these sucky videos, but I've got a ton of videos coming, and I'll explain that in just a little bit. But first, allow me to give you a little history, a little back history. So on February 28th, 2008, that was the very last day in February in 2008, I was involved in a near fatal car accident. As a result of that accident, I broke my back. Yes, I literally broke a bone in my back. I ended up with 2 bulging discs and a slew of other issues as well, from lack of treatment and also from getting older. And then in 2015, a new MRI revealed that I have a tumor on my spine. It's a small tumor. Well, it was small. I don't know what it is now. And it was benign, not cancerous, but it doesn't belong in my spine. So at some point I was thinking I was referred to a surgeon, and I was going to make that call. Now, as a result of that accident, I had been suffering chronic pain. Since then, my pain had gotten worse and worse and worse, and I ended up on medication, namely opioids, for the pain, because it just kept getting so bad, and a bunch of other medicines too. It was a mixture of medicines that worked really well for me. Well, in California, you're required to go into the doctor's office to pick up a new prescription every month, which is what I've been doing since about 2010 or 2011. And then I moved to Bakersfield. So, of course, moving to Bakersfield, I had to get another doctor, and I had no problems getting my medication. Well, about a year after we moved out here, the car broke down, and I just couldn't seem to get motivated to get to fix it. I actually did fix it. I had to rebuild the whole thing, and I finally did it. Started it up, and it started out, it started up like it was brand new. And I didn't go out to start it up for a few days, and the battery died, and after that I just couldn't start it up anymore. that's a separate issue. That's for my other channel, and if you want to go ahead and check out that channel, I don't have the video up yet, but by the time you watch this video, I may have it up, so I don't know. But, well, it may be a while, but I'll explain in that video why, on that channel, why the car doesn't run. I know exactly why it didn't run. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. I don't want to bore you, but I do want to really let you know exactly why I just disappeared. Because of the pain that I was suffering, just going through every day. And of course, maybe I should give you some privacy. Okay, I'll have to do it in here. Sorry for lack of lighting in here, but this is the only place where I can record right now, because out in the living room there we've got the AC going. You really need to have AC living in this place. Well, anyway, I after you know, no car, I became a pedestrian. I had to walk everywhere or take the bus everywhere. And every month, like clockwork, I would go into my doctor's office and pick up my prescription, which I did on February 2nd, 2018. On my way back to catch my bus to go back home, I do everything like I had learned as a child. I always look both ways before crossing the street. I press that button for the pedestrian light before I cross the street. I always look to make sure that vehicles will stop before I cross if a vehicle is turning. And because with my experience here from walking everywhere, the drivers in this town are absolutely nuts. They don't care if you're in a crosswalk. They will not stop for you. And such was the case on February 2nd. My pedestrian light came on. I looked to my left, made sure the car would stop. And as it turned out, I made about 2 or 3 steps, and before I knew it, I was run over by a white BMW SUV. Pretty much like the one that you see right here. Yes, I was literally driven over. And I did get to the point where I felt myself dying. And I don't mean to exaggerate, I'm not into drama, but I felt myself dying. My breath was cut off. I couldn't breathe. Long story short, I was taken to Kern Medical. That hospital, great hospital, they saved my life. It turned out that I had a broken clavicle, my shoulder bone here. I still have a massive flank hernia. I got to get that worked on because that is beginning to cause problems. You do not want a flank hernia. If you ever get one of those, it's usually caused by blunt force trauma. I had a broken left side of my pelvis, and I had a broken right ankle, and I had numerous burns and cuts and scrapes. And of course, when the car hit me and I went down, I had my head hit the ground, and it still hurts to this day. If I have an itch up here, I have to be really careful when I scratch it. Because I already had my spine problem, I was certain that I was going to be crippled for life after that. I mean, both of my hips were dislocated. I thought that I had bad pain in my spine before. I didn't think my pain could get any worse. Well, that day, the pain was just unreal. I had surgery on my clavicle, and I'm being held together with metal to hold my bone there together. My pelvic bone on the left side, I've got metal in there. Now whenever I go anywhere, I set off all kinds of bells and whistles. I guess I'm part bionic. I still have to get I need surgery still on my flank hernia, and I still need surgery on my ankle because I've got a bone spur in there. I think that's what it's called, bone spur or bone chip. I don't know, man, that hurts. And then I whacked it the other day against something, so imagine that pain. But I was required to go to a rehab, and the one that I went to was Health South of Bakersfield. Health South Rehabilitation Hospital of Bakersfield. And at both of those hospitals, the people there, the staff there, everybody was just absolutely phenomenal. And man, that was over a year ago already, and I promised that I would go into Health South, when I could walk. And well, when I got to the hospital, before I got to the hospital, actually, they told me that I would not be walking out. I would be leaving in a wheelchair. Now, the fact that I felt so much pain, it was a good thing that I felt that pain. Had I felt nothing at all, then that would have meant that I was in trouble. I did also require, I'm also anemic, so I wasn't producing in the hospital after 2 surgeries. I lost a lot of blood. I also required a blood transfusion. My system just wasn't creating red blood cells, so I had to have a blood transfusion. So thank goodness for that. And everybody at Kern Medical, thank you so much. My doctor that did the surgery, the surgeon, the orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Tidwell, he's an absolute genius. Can't even see the scar on my shoulder anymore. On my hip, that's another thing. That scar is long. But anyway, all the nurses and all the staff, physical therapists and the occupational therapists over at Health South, which is now, I believe they changed their name to Encompass Health. And I hope they watch this video. But I really want to thank each and every one of you. David, Michelle, Hero, my nurses. One of I believe her name was Lucy, I think that was right. Absolutely every single person that worked there, even the people in the cafeteria, awesome people. You made me feel so much better. So what does that got to do with me not making any videos? Well, because of the pain I was going through, I was becoming really depressed. I wasn't my normal self anymore. I couldn't be my normal self anymore because I couldn't function the way I used to. So, kind of slipped into depression. I lost motivation. When I got home from the hospital, I was in the hospital almost the entire month of February 2018. From February 2nd to February 23rd is when I came home. And finally in March, I got on YouTube. And whatever little motivation I had left, well, the rest went right out the window when I learned that all my videos were being demonetized. Actually, they had already been demonetized. So there went the other motivation that I had. And of course, because there was a court case going on, actually a lawsuit going on, I couldn't, it wasn't in my best interest to get on social media and do all kinds of things. Though I did get on YouTube. I mean, I'm laying in bed and couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair for about 6 months. Thankfully, though, yes, I can walk. But I'm not quite out of the woods yet. I am going to, arthritis has already set in, and I am looking at hip replacement. Now, I guess if I have hip replacement, I will not have the pain that I have now. Doctor said that if the pain gets worse, then to come back, and he said it could be anywhere within a year to farther on down the road, but it's well, it's going to be a year since I seen him on February 5th. I saw him 2019, so February again 2020. It's going to be a year already, and I've already not doing so good. So this is one of the reasons, I think, why I fought so much when I was under the car. These little lives that come into our lives, I have to take care of them. And one of the things that I said when I was under the car is that, no, my family needs me. And well, here I am, and here's another little life. And I really got to get my room organized, but it is so hard to do. And that's another reason why it's so hard to make videos now, because I don't have my dedicated space. Everything is a disaster, and I'm trying to get everything in order, but because of everything that I had gone through, you know, and then to come to find out that my videos had been demonetized, you know, I mean, that just drains everything out of you. But you know, there was a time where people made videos and all they did was upload videos for people to watch, and people weren't making any money on them when YouTube first came out. So you do it for the fun of it. And when I think about that I wanted to start making videos for the fun of it. I enjoy figuring out different ways to record and looking for different you know, lighting techniques, different recording techniques, and coming up with other kinds of stuff to set up my cameras and stuff, and edit my videos. It's fun to me. Sure, it's a lot of work, especially the editing part. It's a lot of work. But there you have the reasons why I haven't been making any tutorials, been making any kind of videos whatsoever. And now I just found out that Vegas 17 just came out already. Man, by the time I get done with my product reviews, which, by the way, I have a ton of product reviews, I'm still having a Christmas, because I haven't even gone through all the things that that I got for Christmas, or that I bought myself for Christmas. And I got a new car. I wanted a truck, but thought about it better, and then I saw the car, and I thought, you know what, go for this one. This is a much wiser buy, and I actually love the car. And but anyway, one of the first things that I'm going to come out with, the first videos I will be coming out with, is a ton of product reviews. And the first product review I'm going to do is, though, with a latest product I got, which you will be seeing right after this. And I wanted to make the video really quick, so like I said, I'm out of practice, but I needed to get these videos up. And so they're probably not going to be very good, but once I get my space, my desk set up and everything, then I should be getting back regularly. Now, I have been thinking about the days that I am going to release my videos. Like, maybe on Mondays I'll do product reviews, Tuesdays I'll do something with videography, photography, and on Wednesdays it will be Photoshop tutorials, and then Vegas Movie Studio tutorials the next day. I don't know how that's going to work out. We will see, but I have a ton of new things that I've got coming up. Yes, I'm getting into photography. I had planned that a long time ago, and on Christmas I got what I've always wanted, a camera dedicated for just photography only. So I'll be doing that. So I am really very sorry that it's taken me this long to finally get around to making videos. I had promised, gosh, months ago that I was going to make a video, and the days kept going by, and then I kept saying to myself, tomorrow. So finally, here I am today, and even though it's really lousy with the lighting, but this is really the only place where I can record right now. So again, thank you for sticking with me. For all the newer subscribers, thank you for subscribing. I won't let you down. I have a ton of product reviews, and I have more tutorials coming along, and let's see what else. Well, I guess that's about it. We'll see what I have coming when we get there. And I will also explain in another video, not the next one, but in another video, if I will be moving on up to Vegas Pro 17. And there goes all my clean laundry tumbling down. Alright, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, and the meaning of these things that I had in the beginning of my video, probably wondering why I put them in there. I'll explain that in another video.